Hello Year 3, welcome to our first history lesson. So before school closed we were looking at the Stone Age, but around 6,000 years ago, after nearly 1 million years, the Stone Age began to come to an end in Britain, and something happened around this time that changed the world forever. Now what do you think it could have been that changed the world? I've got a picture here as a clue, so have a think, what could it be that changed the world? I want you to pause the video and write down what you think it was that changed the world. Okay, for the first time in Britain, people learned how to make metal. Now, during the Stone Age, as we know, the tools and weapons that they used were made of stone, like these arrowheads that we looked at in class. But now people could use metal. And this was great because bronze was harder and stronger than stone. And it was much easier to melt and mould and shape, so they could make lots of different things that they'd not had before. What kinds of things do you think they could now make? They could make different weapons like shields, spears, arrowheads, axes, and they could also make other things that they'd not had before, like jewellery or pins for their clothes. But how exactly is bronze made? So it was made by heating the metals tin and copper and mixing them together. Now it was heated up to over 1,000 degrees, and as the two metals melted, they combined together to form liquid bronze. This process is called smelting. The hot liquid is then poured into a mould and allowed to cool. They had lots of different moulds for different weapons and tools, and the moulds were usually made of clay. This is called casting. So once it had cooled, they could take it out and they would have their axe head, their bracelet, whatever it may be that they have made. So this video here shows exactly how a Bronze Age axe would have been made by Bronze Age people. So you can have a little watch of this video if you like now. It's on the BBC website. Okay. So, as I've said, the discovery of bronze changed people's lives, and this Horrible Histories news report talks about some of the ways that it changed their lives.
Good evening and welcome to the early news. I'm Vanessa Stonebottom. Our main story tonight, the technological revolution that could call an end to the Stone Age as we know it. It's over to our technology correspondent, Trevor Geek. Trevor.
Thanks, Vanessa. I'm here at the opening of the Bronze Age. People are hailing it as the dawn of a new era, because it's the dawn of a new era. Earlier on, I caught up with the excited people in the queue who've been waiting an age for the Bronze Age.
Well, I've actually been here queuing all night. Very excited. Really want to get my hands on a bronze axe. Yeah. It's cutting-edge technology.
Yeah, I suppose you could say this technology is cutting edge.
Well, yes, that's the joke I was making.
I love these new bronze designs. They're so shiny, they're brilliant. I've not been into weapons before, but look at that, it's brilliant. I'm going to get something for my mum as well. You're right, Mum?
Copper and tin are the ingredients in bronze, which is being used to make stronger and sharper weapons. And if you're wondering what the point of a bronze sword is, it's the sharp bit on the end. I'm joined by blacksmith Cliff, and he's going to tell us in detail about what goes into the making of bronze. Cliff, how do you combine the copper and the tin?
You just heat them together.
Right, and how do you heat them together?
With heat.
Oh, is there someone else we can talk to?
So I didn't want to do it.
Whoa, Tim, you seem to have bought the lot.
Yes, well, I only popped in for a bronze axe, but then spent all our shells on a matching spear and dagger and all sorts of weapons. So, wife's probably going to kill me.
Well, she'll be sport for choice for beautiful weapons to do it with.
Yeah, once again, you sort of stole my joke there, because that's what I was going for.
Sorry. Yeah. Excuse me, sir, I can't help but notice, but you haven't bought anything.
No, I reckon this whole Bronze Age thing's just a fad. I'm going to wait for the Iron Age to come along.
So the Stone Age is over. The Bronze Age is here to stay. Or is it? Back to the studio.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed watching that news report. Now your task today is to imagine that you are a news reporter and you've been asked to write a newspaper article about the discovery of bronze. Now you need to write about how it ended the Stone Age and give some examples of what people can do now and ways that it could help them. And you might even want to include some quotes from people. So let's have a look at an example together. Now you've got a blank version like this in your pack, and I'm going to show you what you need to include in your news report. Okay, so in this space here, you need to give the name of the newspaper, and I've just gone with the Abbott Express, but it's up to you what you call your newspaper. This box is for something very important, the headline, and this just gives a brief idea of what the newspaper report is going to be about. So I went with Brilliant Bronze. This box here, you can draw a picture to help your newspaper report. Okay, and there's a space here for you to write a caption to explain what's going on in the picture. And then the rest of the space is for you to write your news report. So let's have a listen to my example. Yesterday marked the end of an era. Stone will no longer be used to make tools and weapons because people have turned to bronze. A team of people discovered that bronze can be made by heating copper and tin together and pouring it into moulds. This can be turned into weapons, tools, and many more items that will give everyone a better life. Now, I also wanted to put a quote in from somebody, so that's what I've done in my next paragraph. A local named Cliff said, "These bronze tools will change my life. It will take me half the time now to clear land for farming." And then my last bit just says, "This is definitely a moment that will go down in history." Okay, so there's my newspaper report. Okay, so now it is your turn to become a news reporter. So don't forget about your handwriting and punctuation when you are writing. And please send me your completed reports. I would love to read some of them. You can just send them to me by email. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow in our next video.